Recording. That music can only mean one thing. It is time for the OpenMicersPodcast. My name is Jason Robbins.
I'm Jacob Craig, and our guest tonight is fucking bald. It's Jason Robbins, everybody. Jason Robbins.
Hey, good to be here. Good to be here.
Guest tonight. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have a guest.
So what are we talking
old
about?
Fatty and the Balds.
Yeah. What are we talking about tonight?
I don't know, man. We're talking about, Jason?
What?
We're talking about whatever we want to talk about. But
Yeah.
just whatever we want to talk about. So I have some hot takes on the Jews, let me tell you.
Wow. Just going straight to canceled, right? That's awesome.
No, I'm kidding. I'm not. I am in no way affiliated with Kanye West.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say about all that. That's just like watching someone's slow descent into madness over the last year or so.
I was talking about this with a guy at work the other night. Like, no one has been able to successfully ruin more lives than the Kardashians. The Kardashians have ruined so many people's lives, including Kanye West.
Honestly, I think he's done just fine by himself. He was a weirdo long before they came along.
True. But look, he was the weirdo in the sense of like, man, Kanye is like really like bipolar and weird at interviews and shit. But then he releases Donda and it's like awesome. And it's like one of the best albums fucking in the last 10 years. And everyone's like, oh yeah, he's just a crazy like genius guy. And then Kim divorces him and he just fucking goes straight down.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I imagine if you already have mental health issues that $1 billion doesn't help. I mean, look at Elon Musk.
True, dude. True. And apparently, like, Kanye does this thing where, like, every 3 months, he just fires everyone that works for him and hires new people.
Weird.
Yeah.
Why?
So it's like, because after a few months, people get to know Kanye and they're like, hey, man, maybe you shouldn't, make a video about killing Pete Davidson. And he's like, fucking not loyal, and just fires everyone and hires a whole new staff.
Wow.
Yeah. It's insane, dude. That's what Elon Musk is about to do. Just fire everyone. And then rehire like every 2 months.
Yeah, it's kind of like being on Twitter is kind of like I made a tweet the other day. It's sort of like Twitter was kind of like it was a party. It wasn't the best party, but it was a party. It was a good party nonetheless. It got a little rowdy occasionally. Had to throw a few people out for being rowdy and saying some bad shit, but it was all right. We liked it. Had our communities. And then late into the party, the weird rich kid comes in and takes a shit and on the living room floor. That's pretty much what Elon Musk has done with Twitter.
Yeah. And see, the thing about a rich kid just coming into a party and shitting in the middle of the floor, there's the sane people who say, why did you just shit on my floor? And then there's other people who say, oh my God, did you see what he just did? He's the mastermind.
Yeah. We will follow him to the ends of the earth.
Do you know how much courage it takes to shit on someone's living room floor?
Yeah. Are we just experiencing like billionaire midlife crisis? Like, I'm just going to buy a social media platform for 5 times its worth and then just drive it straight into the ground because I'm bored.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I've made this joke before. Like, I did a bit on stage about how, like, I would be a way worse billionaire, dude. I would be doing way more wild shit than what these guys are doing right now. Like literally, I mean, Jeff Bezos left his wife for like a 50-year-old reporter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's like, I feel like morally okay for someone with $1 billion to do. I feel like 90% of people with $1 billion would just like have 50 women on a plane at all times, dude. Like there's no monogamy when you have that much
Yeah.
money.
Well, Elon Musk has like 11 kids now, so him and Nick Cannon are single-handedly like keeping the human race alive.
Oh yeah, dude. Did you hear that Nick Cannon's having his 12th kid?
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
What do you think goes through his head?
I mean, I would hope put on a condom at some point.
No. Well, we know for a fact that that does it. But like, you know that he's deliberately having all of these kids. Like,
Why?
there's no way he's not.
I mean,
I mean,
he can't make that much money. I mean, with
that's
12
what I'm
kids,
saying, dude. The Masked Singer does not pay that well. I'm assuming.
I would think not. I mean, maybe a few million a year. That's it.
All right, let's look up Nick Cannon's yearly salary.
But I was thinking the other day about Elon Musk, and he's like the CEO or CFO, whatever, the CEO of
Yeah.
Tesla, SpaceX, the Boring Company, like all these different companies. And he just decides to up and buy Twitter, and now all he does is tweet all day about how people are stupid. And I'm thinking, if you can do all that and still have time to buy Twitter and drive it into the ground, CEOs don't really do anything.
Oh no, of course not, dude. I mean that's the Steve Jobs thing, right? Like he didn't invent the iPhone. He said, "I want an iPhone and I want it now, and no one sleeps until I get it." And then everyone's like, "Oh my god, he changed the world." No, he was just a giant piece of shit
Yeah,
who wore turtlenecks. Like that's all he is.
that's true.
The-
I mean, when you have that much money, you're just like, I want, uh, uh, I want a giraffe that has Wi-Fi, and none of you are going to sleep until I get it. And then they create a giraffe with Wi-Fi, and they're like, "Oh, he's a genius." Like, no, he's not a genius. He just has a lot of money.
right, yeah. And I mean, like you could get someone killed for like $500,000. So they're not gonna dare speak out against the giraffe Wi-Fi man.
Yeah,
Because he has more than enough money to just make sure that no one ever sees you again.
yeah,
Like it surprised me. Like in The Sopranos, right? Like you get a bump of $10,000 if you kill somebody. Like
really?
that's how much a human life is worth is $10,000
Wow.
to hard dudes.
These whole episodes, with the Kanye West thing, Elon Musk, like all these dudes that are just billionaires, like 20 times over. This just kind of proves to me that we shouldn't have billionaires. Like seriously, when you think about it, there should be $1 billion cap on how much money one person can earn. Because once you hit $1 billion, it's like you win. What do you need another billion for? What do you need 40 billion for? Like you hit $1 billion, it's like congratulations, you won at life. That's it. That should be all you should be able to get is $1 billion. Because no one person could spend that money in a lifetime. There's no way. I mean, unless you're Kanye West and you lose $1.5 billion in a day.
Yeah. Which I mean, the government tries to do that where they just try to take so much taxes where it's like, yeah, man, there's no way you're gonna have $1 billion after this. But when you have more money than the American government itself possesses,
Yeah.
then you kind of run the country.
Mm-hmm. So
Like,
there's just no reason to have multi-billionaires. There just isn't.
yeah.
I mean, not that
It's
I'm
like,
like some super hippie or anything, but damn, man, it's like when you hit $1 billion, it's like, hey, you won. The rest of it you make over that, just let it go back into the economy or something.
yeah. What do you think the person who won the Powerball is gonna do?
I don't know. What would you do if you won the Powerball?
So, this is what I heard. I heard that so they won 2.5 billion. I heard that after taxes, it's 900 million.
Mm-hmm.
They take that much fucking taxes away from you.
Mhm.
So you're working with $900 million.
It's like, oh, you won two, but you only walked away with 900 million. Oh gosh, darn.
Yeah, boo hoo, right?
Boo fucking who.
And the person that won it is a fucking idiot because they elected to have it all in cash. So they're having just pallets of cash brought to them. And you can't spend it yet. You don't have the money. So we're at whatever shitty fucking LA apartment you live in. The Brinks truck's gonna roll up with just pallets of cash and be like, "Hey, sign here, I guess." Like, dude, you're gonna get shaked immediately.
Yeah.
Like the second
You're getting robbed.
the second you elect to put that into a credit union, your money's gonna like go up 20% off of interest just right away,
Yeah.
just for choosing a bank to put it in. And like to elect to have it in cash is the worst decision ever.
You shouldn't put it all in one bank anyway.
Right. Put it into several banks. Put it, and then the interest off of all of that money that's spread around is going to accumulate for fucking ever.
Yeah.
Just for fucking ever. First thing I'd do, dude, I'd probably buy a bagel.
First thing I would do is I would go get Mexican food and I would order the extra guacamole.
Yeah, dude. That's what I would do. I would just do something dumb that people take for granted that I just never had. Like I would go to just any restaurant and just order. It's just whatever I want. Don't even look at the price. Just order whatever I want. I'll order 3 fucking entrees if I want to.
I wonder what that's like to just order whatever.
Yeah, and then just not even worry about the price next to it. Like that's just a number.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, we could do that now.
It wouldn't be a good idea.
It would just hurt a lot to have a $200 supper.
The only time I've ever had a meal that was worth it was worth about $100 is I had a buddy of mine who won a karaoke contest at the Beau Rivage, and he won like a $500 gift certificate to one of the steak restaurants there. And, you're supposed to use it like over a couple of separate visits, but me and him went and spent like the entire gift certificate. He's like, dude, I won like $500 gift certificate at the thing. You want to go eat? I'm like, yes. So we went to the steak restaurant at the Beau Rivage, and I ordered like the most expensive steak and lobster dinner I could possibly order. And it was like $125, I think. It was great. Like the best meal I've ever had.
Yeah, dude. I mean, money will definitely buy that. Like I saw a little like TikTok video thing that someone made having lunch at one of the Hell's Kitchen restaurants in Las Vegas, and it shows like all the food and what it costs and everything. It's $400 to eat lunch there.
Jesus.
But I mean, you don't see the bill until the end. It's like they're bringing out all the food out, and you're like, oh my god, I would pay anything to eat this. It's like I would, I would fuck up a $400 lunch if I had $900 million.
Yeah. I mean, if the money was no object, why not? Just like go all out.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I mean, I would go into Hell's Kitchen and order the menu.
Yeah.
Like, why not? You're only there once.
I think if I won $900 million, the first thing I would buy is a PS5. Probably.
Yeah. Dude, the first thing I would buy is PlayStation.
Yeah.
I would buy PlayStation and be like, why aren't we doing more?
I wouldn't buy a house. I would just rent all the other apartments around me so that I wouldn't have any neighbors.
Just start smashing all the walls in.
This is my building now.
Just one giant, just a whole apartment building, just one giant fucking living area.
I have 4 kitchens on my bottom floor. I'm so rich.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you would definitely have to have your own little compound, right? Like, I think I would do like a podcasting compound, like Joe Rogan or Tom Segura have, where like no one's seen the outside of it or anything, but it's this giant like kind of like a drive up to a mansion where there's a
Yeah,
gate with a security code and everything, and then there's all these different buildings with podcast equipment and all that shit, and
that's
like different
cool.
sets in each building.
I would do something like that. I don't know if you've ever heard. Have you ever seen a YouTube channel called The Modern Rogue,
No.
or listened to it used to be called Night Attack. It's called now it's called Great Night Podcast. But Brian Brushwood, who does all that, he was a magician for a long time, and he does the Modern Rogue. Well, he bought this like 7 acre compound out on the outskirts of Austin, and he lives. Him and his family live on the compound. They do all their filming there for Modern Rogue and all that. They have like the big live podcast studio where they record the podcasts and have like a live studio audience. Like, it's really cool. They have like fan events out there and everything. I think I would do something like that. Just go buy like a huge plot of land outside the city and just like wall it off and have everything in there that I could possibly need.
Yeah, for sure, dude. I would just buy Austin, Texas
Yeah. You
for
would need you
$900 million.
need a little more than 900 million for all of Austin.
I don't think so, dude. I mean, 900 million is a lot of dollars.
It is, but it won't go as far as you think it will.
Yeah, I guess so. There was one guy who won the lottery who said that was like the worst thing that he'd ever done because he just lived so extravagantly and he had like three ex-wives who each took half of what he had. And like he just fucked up so many times to where like he had to file bankruptcy and he's just completely and totally broke after like 20 years.
Jesus.
And he won several $1 million from the lottery.
It seems to me like that's a personality disorder.
I think so, dude. Because I mean, if I won the lottery, I would just sit at home for a solid month and just not leave.
Yeah.
Just fucking stay home and
Turn the
just
ringer
rest.
off on my phone because I most certainly have all these cousins I've never heard of before hitting me. I'll be like, "Hey, what's up? What are you doing?" Like,
Yeah, dude. All my drug addict uncles are gonna be trying to get my phone number from my mom
yeah,
and
no
shit.
shit.
Like, nah, I'm over here getting fucking Red Lobster door dashed, baby.
No, I
That's
tell
what
you,
I'm doing.
what I would do is my cousin is a CPA, and he's been
Okay.
my accountant for pretty much since he graduated college in like 1996. He's been doing my taxes since then, and he's always taking care of whatever money issues and things I have. So what I would do is I trust him 100%. So if I won any kind of significant amount of money, I'm pretty good at investing my money, but I would give it to him to invest for me and give me an allowance off of the interest every single month, because I know I would do some dumb shit if I
Yeah.
just had free reign of that kind of money. Like, I would
Not
literally be the guy going, I want a giraffe with Wi-Fi. Like, I would be that guy.
It's the name of the episode, by the way.
I
Giraffe with
wrote it down.
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi giraffes.
But no, dude, I would need my free reign to just do the craziest shit that I wanted. Like if I had $900 million and someone's telling me no, I would be so pissed. Like, I have $900 million. You have no idea. I would literally be Dr. Evil, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
I would be like, if I had that kind of money, I would be like trying to take revenge on like high school bullies and shit.
for sure. Just anyone who has ever been slightly mean to me, I would
Yeah.
just find them. I would just find them and then I'd be like, here's $100,000. And then be like, no, it's not. And then just leave.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm doing so much better than you in life.
And that's probably why we will never have that kind of money.
I mean, it's pure luck though. And think about it, like, so I work at a gas station. There are a lot of crackheads who buy lottery tickets.
Mhm.
Okay. Think about the chances of like someone who is not a productive member of society winning the lottery
That's the thing.
and just buying so much crack with it.
And it always seems like it's some old people from like
Yeah.
Oklahoma that that like they've been farmers their entire lives, and they like all of a sudden win the lottery, and they're just like, I'm not gonna quit my job. I'm still gonna be a waitress. Like, what? Why? What are you
Oh,
doing?
dude, there are so many old people who come into the gas station and just spend literally $300 in lottery tickets.
It's because they have that
Just
extra cash. They don't have
yeah,
anything else better to spend it on.
they're just putting all their social security into the fucking lottery. And
How
I'm pretty
many?
sure the people who won the Powerball paid like $20,000 in tickets to
Yeah.
win it.
How often? How many lottery tickets a year would you say that you have? Do you normally get?
Like sell or like redeem or what?
No, I mean like because people always say like the lottery is like a tax on the poor. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of a is it morally wrong to do make because that money supposedly goes to like the schools and stuff. So it's sort of like because in all these and they the lottery makes a majority of its money off of poor people, like people who
Yeah.
don't make a lot of money, people who have no savings, that sort of thing, like because they spend all their extra money on lottery tickets. So it's kind of like one of those morally ambiguous things. But I always think about that when I buy lottery tickets. I'm like, am I just wasting money by doing this? But then I think I'm like, I only buy like maybe between 6 and 10 lottery tickets a
Oh,
year, maybe
yeah, dude. No,
at like what
I've,
$2 a pop. So that's like
yeah,
$20 a year for me to momentarily dream of what it's like to be rich.
yeah. I spent definitely less than $100 in lottery tickets. I would say I've spent like 70 something dollars in lottery tickets in the last few months. Like, I don't play it enough to get. I think the most I've ever won is like $14. Well, no, I won $20 back.
Yeah.
Like that's the most I've ever gotten back is just $20.
And I don't even do like scratch offs or anything. Like I've done scratch offs like once. I think I won like $3 off of
Yeah.
a scratch off.
No, I've won the most money off of scratch offs, dude, because it's just like, I mean, you can just get them and then scratch it off right there, give it back. Be like, oh, you made this much back. All right, put it back into
It's just
scratch
not one of
offs.
those things that really that enters my mind. Like when I go to the gas station, like I don't even it doesn't enter my mind to like get a lottery ticket or a scratch off. Like I just don't even think
Yeah.
about it. And it's only
But
when the lottery gets to be like stupid high is when I'm like,
yeah,
I should get a lottery ticket. And then I'll buy like 2 or 3 of them until somebody hits it. And then I'm like, I don't worry about it again until it gets like ridiculously high.
right. But I mean, when you're in a gas station, majority of the time bored for 8 hours straight, you start thinking about like, what can I do? I'm gonna get a lottery ticket
No,
later. I'm
what
gonna get a
drives
scratch.
me nuts is when I'm in the gas station, I'm in line, and I got, crackhead Steve in front of me buying like $80 worth of scratch offs, and I'm just like, get the fuck out of my way.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, no, I know. Trust me, Bubba. I know. I have a story for you, by the way.
Go
I
for
have
it.
a story for you because I get a lot of gas station crazies,
I'm
but
sure.
I have recently encountered the pinnacle of gas station crazy. So there's this guy who parked his car up to a gas tank and then just is walking around soliciting for people, and he's in an all red jumpsuit. And he's walking around, and just the way that he's aggressively like asking for money from people, I knew
Is
right away. I
this
was like, "We
is this kind
what's
of
up?"
a dirty white dude with a beard and crazy hair? No,
No, but I know him too. We call him Coffee Guy.
because that guy, I swear to God, he's following me. Everywhere I have gone for the last 2 weeks, no matter where I go, what I'm doing, he's there. If I go to a gas station, doesn't matter what gas station I go to, he's there.
Mhm.
If I go to the Dollar Tree, he's there. I go to the Chinese buffet, he's there. If I go to the thrift store, he's standing out in front of the thrift store. If I go to McDonald's, guess who was standing out in front of McDonald's the other day when I went to go get some lunch? That dude. He has been everywhere I have been the last 2, 3 weeks, and it's starting to freak me out. I'm like, are you an alien? Are you following
Yeah.
me? What is happening?
No, we call him Coffee Guy because he always comes in and gets an iced coffee. Like, and he just is very adamant that we ring it up as an iced coffee because EBT doesn't cover hot coffee. The other day he came in with a cup of change with just the word cilantro written on it. So he's on
Okay.
that shit, dude.
Wow.
There was one time where he put $10 in gas onto a gas pump and then just stood outside and just stared at the sky with his mouth open and didn't pump his gas.
What? Well,
Yeah, dude,
I
he's
don't
on
think
that.
this dude we're talking about the same dude because the dude I'm talking about
Maybe
doesn't have a
not.
car. This is a straight up bum.
Okay. Well, it's not his car. It has like a handicap tag. It's like whoever takes care of him, it's his car. It's their
Mm.
car. But yeah, no, it might be different people. But anyways, the red jumpsuit guy. All right, he's aggressively asking for money for people, and it's Sunday. Oh, this was yesterday. It's Sunday, so people feel generous, and they're
Mm.
buying him gas and buying him pizza and buying him ice. Like several customers in a row are all buying him shit.
Maybe I
So
should go be a bum at the gas station.
dude, you would make out so well. And I tell my manager immediately, like, you have to call the cops on this guy. This guy is going to be a problem. I see it from a mile away. And so he finally comes into the store and fills up a cup with nothing but ice and tries to walk out with it. But we charge 42 cents for a cup of ice, which is actually cheaper than every other gas station. They'll charge you full price. We charge only 42 cents. So my coworker is yelling at him like, hey, that's 42 cents. You got to pay for that. And he comes up bitching like, oh, I got to pay for ice. Everywhere else gets ice away for free, which they don't. And then he comes and he's like searching for 42 cents, which I know that he has because I've been seeing people give him like $20 bills in the fucking parking lot. And he's looking for 42 cents and he starts talking and he's saying, I try to be nice to everybody. I try to be a happy person, but you know what? Sometimes I just got to go crazy and kill people.
What?
And my eyes widen. I'm like, I'm going to have to choke this guy. This guy's a
Jesus.
fucking problem. And it starts like, yeah, I'm mobbed up. I got friends in the mafia and all that. And then he just goes completely silent for like a minute while he's looking for his change. And he looks up and he says, I'm going to fight the devil. And then just pays for his ice and walks outside again.
Wow.
This man just comes in here and says, sometimes I got to kill people and I'm going to fight the devil. And then just leaves.
I don't
like
even
nothing happened.
I don't even know what to say to that. That's fucking insane.
Yeah, I mean, and he's bothering people the whole time he's there. So eventually my manager has to go outside and tell him to leave. And he's like yelling about the Constitution and how it's his constitutional right to just be wherever he wants, even if it's on private property. So yeah, we had to call the cops on him.
Wow.
Yeah. And he left before the cops got there. I guarantee you, if the cops had to deal with him, he was going to get fucking like pepper sprayed or something, dude.
Yeah, that guy I was telling you about, the guy that keeps popping up everywhere. I made the mistake of giving him like 19 cents one morning at the gas station. That's all I had. I don't carry cash. All I had was like 19 cents in my pocket. I had like a dime, a nickel, and 4 pennies. And I gave it to him one morning. And ever since then, I've been seeing him everywhere. And I'm wondering if it's because I gave him 19 cents. Now he's bonded to me magically somehow.
Maybe. I really hope this is Coffee Guy that's following you, because Coffee Guy's a fucking trip, dude.
Speaking of coffee,
yeah,
I made my first. Okay, last week, I've been looking for this certain coffee maker for the last year. My mom got this coffee maker for herself that it makes single cups of coffee. You get it at Walmart, and it takes the K cups. And it also has like the little basket that you can just make, put coffee in to make like a single cup of coffee, which is all I need. I make coffee in the mornings on my way to work. Good to go. I don't need, and I hate having to make a full pot because I usually end up like not drinking it all and having to throw like half of it away. So I've been wanting one of these little Walmart brand K-cup coffee makers. I've been looking for it for a year. They haven't had any in stock. They have the display model, but I've been going to Walmart every single week when I get groceries and look for one. They haven't had it. talking to my mom the other day. I was like, yeah, I've still been looking for the coffee maker. Well, she ended up finding one and she bought me one for Christmas. My mom and dad did, which is awesome. I'm like, thank you so much. This is great. And it's one of those where, you just fill the water up and you put the cup under there and you hit the button and it brews your single cup of coffee. I made the big mistake. It was Friday morning. Went downstairs, my ritual. I went downstairs to give the cats their treats. I put the coffee in there, filled up the water, put the mug over by the sink, turned it on, and gave the cats their treats. Went upstairs to get ready for work. Came back downstairs about 10 minutes later after, brushing my teeth, getting ready for work. And there's about a quarter inch of coffee all over the counters and my floor, under the refrigerator, under the sink, or under the stove. And I'm just like, what the fuck happened? I forgot to put the cup underneath the coffee maker.
I've done that exact same thing, dude.
So it just poured coffee all over the kitchen that morning. But at least the floor is mopped now, that's a good thing.
Yeah, mopped with coffee. Coffee flavored floor.
Yeah, it smells like coffee in there now, too. It's awesome.
I've done that same thing, but at least with the Keurig, there's a room for at least a cup's worth of coffee in the drip tray under it.
Mm.
So I've done that exact fucking same thing where I just come back and I'm like, wait, where's my coffee? And it's just in the fucking drip tray. And I'm like, oh no.
I felt so stupid though. I was like, damn it, man. Like, I'm late for work. And now I got to clean coffee all over the place. At least I did it once because I know I'll never do that again.
Yeah. So the next time it happens, you got to tell us about it.
Yeah, I will.
Because you're going to do it again, dude.
I guarantee.
The majority of mistakes are going to happen before morning coffee.
Yeah, well, I'm an old man now, so I can't remember to put the cup under there when... that's been my big thing for the week. That's how exciting my life has been, other than getting stalked by a homeless man.
Yeah. I mean, I've got all the stories from Bubba. I got, dudes with just cups with cilantro written on it. I found fucking Van Helsing in a red jumpsuit.
What?
He's going to fight the devil.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, like, is cilantro like his name? Like, is that his actual name?
I don't know. I think it was the beginnings of a grocery list that was like, because it was on a piece of paper taped to this cup of change. So I think he was like starting a grocery list, but all that was on there was just the word cilantro, and it was spelled out phonetically because I guess he didn't know how to say cilantro.
Wow.
It had like the phonetics, like if you looked it up in the dictionary, it had the slashes and the dots and all that.
Ah, great.
Yeah. Which is how I knew how to read it. I was like, cilantro. Oh, cilantro.
Well, I mean, you need cilantro, I guess, for stuff.
Look, if you need cilantro, you need cilantro.
Yeah, when you need it and you don't have it, you I guess, you always want to have it on hand. I don't know.
Yeah. He doesn't seem like the kind of guy who has it together enough to like season his spaghetti with cilantro, but you never know.
But good on you. I don't know how you work that job because you're a better man than me. There's no way in hell I could work that job.
Dude, I will say though, like I've gotten so many more joke premises since I've started work. Because like, for my last job, I got so many joke premises from working there. And now I've gotten, you've doubled that working here. So I've at least been writing some funny jokes about, crackheads.
Yeah.
Service industry and whatnot.
I know I could never work at a gas station because one of my best friends in high school, I used to hang out with all the time, and for a few years after high school, when we would still hang out, it was my buddy Jason. His dad owned a convenience store, but it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. But it's like in North Gulfport area. And the people that would go in that gas station, and I would hang out with him at the gas station when he was working, just to hang out with him and, talk and stuff. And man, just to people watch at a gas station was, it was an experience.
Yeah, dude. Everyone that works at a gas station has to be just like a snap of the fingers away from choking somebody, or
Oh,
you're not going to survive.
I have a gas station story. I went to the gas station, my normal gas station that I like to go to around the corner last week to get just in early in the morning. And I go in there. It's like 6:45 in the morning. And there's two other guys in there that were lawn service guys, which I recognize because we make their T-shirts at the shop.
Yeah.
And so I recognize them. And there's this lady at the counter, and she's yelling. I guess it was the lady behind the counter. She's a sweet old lady. Like, I love this lady. She's always nice. Talk to her when I'm in there. She's getting yelled at by this lady for, I guess this lady must have had like a card that wouldn't work or something. And she's on the phone with, I guess, the owner of the gas station. And she is just letting them have it. Like, fuck you and blah, 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 and all this stuff. And she like takes the phone and goes outside, and we're all just staring at each other, just like, what the hell is happening? I mean, she's like screaming at the top of her lungs. Like, she goes outside and she's walking around like where the gas pumps are, and she's like screaming into this phone. And so the two dudes in front of me get their coffee and whatever. I get up to the counter and I'm just like, what is happening? And she's like, this lady's crazy. Like, she don't have no money and all this stuff. And while I'm paying for my stuff, she comes in and walks over to the coffee thing, and she's trying to get coffee. The lady behind the counter's like, no, do not get coffee. And she's like, why not? She's like, because you don't have no damn money. And then, like, they start screaming at each other. I'm just like, can I just pay for my stuff and get out of here, please, before a fight happens? Because this is not cool. It's too early for this shit.
No, the struggle is real, dude. Like, literally yesterday as well. I mean, I guess Sunday is just crazy day for gas station people.
I don't know.
There's this guy who came in who didn't seem homeless or anything, and he was just walking around the store, and he just grabbed a kolache out of the hot food cabinet and just fucking downed it in like 2 bites, and then just walked away and like made a drink, and then he got a piece of pizza and then started eating one piece of pizza. And he comes up to the counter and he's like, two pieces of pizza and a drink. I'm like, would you like to pay for the kolache I watched you eat? And he said, no.
You should have been like, well, I'm going to have to have that back, please.
Well, I said, okay. And I just rung him up for 2 pieces of pizza.
So that's how you get away with shit these days? I'm just going to walk up into the gas station and start downing shit when I'm hungry.
Dude. I can't fucking, like, I can't just get in a fight like that, man, you know, because you know that thing's gonna escalate. And then he just takes down the road, just starts walking down Washington Avenue, and I'm like, oh, that explains a lot.
So that's all I'm gonna do now. When I'm hungry, I'm just gonna go to the gas station and start downing stuff out of the hot boxes and just pay for, like, you know, a water. Like, you gonna pay for that other shit? I'm just gonna bow up on them and be like, no.
Tell you what, dude, it'll work, because if they're like me, they don't get paid enough for this shit.
Yeah, no kidding. I don't suggest that, people. If you're listening to this and you think you're going to go into the gas station and bully people, don't do it. It's not nice.
No, if I kick someone's ass at the gas station, my GM's going to be like, what did they do? What did they do to deserve an ass whooping?
Well, that brings us to the end of the episode. I think that's a nice length of time for this hostful goodness episode, which we're going to call Wi-Fi Giraffes, is what we're going to name this one.
Yeah. Good length, that's what she said.
And this might be our Thanksgiving episode, so if it is, we're banking this one. So if it's a Thanksgiving episode, happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Gobble, gobble, motherfucker.
Yeah. But anything you want to throw out there before we leave tonight?
Let's see. As of this juncture, I'm sure when this comes out, I'll have more people booked. But as of this juncture, I have one guest booked for December that I'm so fucking excited for, dude. I just had someone hit me back saying that they want to come on in January. Both of these gentlemen are people who have fairly popular YouTube specials out right now. So I'm really excited that they're coming on the show. Awesome. And hey, if you have anyone that you want to see on Open Micers Podcast, email openmicers@gmail.com and let me know. And I'll fucking see what I can do, man.
Yeah. Jacob's good at getting people on the show. So if you got anybody you want us to talk to, hit us up.
I'm not good at a lot of things, but let me tell you, I'm surprisingly good at getting guests for this podcast.
But I don't really have anything going on. Just go check out the Nerd Cave Retro podcast if you like retro games. We're going strong. About to hit actually 300 episodes might be out by the time you hear this one. So 300 episodes. I wonder if we're going to hit 300 with Open Micers here. You think we'll hit 300?
If we do, we have to have someone from the movie 300 on.
Gerard Depardieu, or what? Not Gerard.
What, bro? What? You don't know who Gerard Butler
Gerard
is, dude?
Butler. I think I was thinking Gerard Depardieu because I watched the recent Family Guy a little while ago, and he talked about Gerard Depardieu. I was like, damn, I haven't thought about that dude in decades.
Gerard Butler, bro.
We get Gerard Butler on the show. I mean, he's probably, by the time we get to episode 300, he's, not a hot commodity anymore in Hollywood.
He'll have had a scandal by then.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll get him on. Me too. We'll get on Gerard Butler.
Yeah, well, hashtag Me Too Gerard Butler, and he'll be able to be on the show.
Yeah, just go into Twitter right now. Hashtag Me Too Gerard Butler.
If Twitter's still around after this week, well, I don't know. It might burn to the ground. But we're going to go ahead and get out of here. If you want to email us at openmicerspodcast@gmail.com, at openmicers on Twitter and Instagram, also on Facebook, facebook.com/openmicerspodcast, and patreon.com/ompodcast. You can support the show, help us keep the lights on. And we thank you so much for listening to the show, and we will see you guys next week.
We should Me Too Gerard Depardieu.
Yeah, he already has been. All right. Thank you guys for watching on YouTube, and we will see you guys next week.